and in Ireland, there has been, huge support for a number of years for the Palestinian people. And in fact, my colleague Frances Black, who's a senator in the Irish Parliament, she introduced legislation about the occupied territories and the fact of having a ban on the import of food from those areas. But what I want to ask you is that I want to tell you that Ireland just last night, you probably are aware that there was a motion passed in the Irish Parliament, and it was a cross-party motion publicly condemning the de facto Israeli annexation of the Palestinian land. And, Ireland is the first country to do that. And already Ireland is coming under pressure. But my question to you is, and to Omar, I mean, your account is really comprehensive. There's no doubt about it. Like, how are we going to get the support? So Ireland has taken lead now. And I spoke with my colleagues in the Irish Parliament yesterday. We're part of the coalition in government. So I spoke to my Green colleagues and said, we cannot drop the ball now. We need to try to convince our other EU member states to support our motion from yesterday. And that's the question to Omar. I mean, the evidence is there. It's really clear. We've seen it. We see the images. We saw the devastation. Like, how can we make this? It cannot continue as is, as you say, 54 years of occupation and more. It's just like we must find some mechanism to bring this to an end. And how can we wake up the minds of people, our colleagues here in the European Parliament, to speak about this issue? Because it is a crime against humanity, and but we need action now. We need to, we need to see change, because otherwise my fear is that it will just continue, and there will be no resolution. And that is a tragedy, and some solution needs to be found. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe I can jump in first, and just to thank you for that. It was really inspiring to see the vote take place yesterday in the Irish Parliament. Let me just say, so many in the world were ready to use the term apartheid, when annexation was on the table, a year ago. But let's be clear, as a legal term, apartheid is a crime about domination. The domination exists today. Calling it formally annexed or not will not change significantly the dynamics on the ground. So if your assessment is that it would be apartheid with annexation, your assessment is that it should be the crime of apartheid today, because legally all the requisite criteria are met. And I think the Irish statement is critical and in breaking through this fallacy that, annexation or Israeli control is some future scenario. I mean, that's in essence what this report is about. It's about saying that we've crossed, that threshold. And I think your comments are so important in terms of how we get there. For us at Human Rights Watch, the first step is to acknowledge the reality for what it is.